Hey, what's good, my beautiful folks? Today's topic is what do people secretly love about you? So, we will have three piles. So, you get to choose between this counselor, clairvoyance, or outdoors. So, pick one of these and we will see what it is that people secretly love but they wouldn't say necessarily. So pile number 1, 2, 3. Let's start with this counselor. What do people secretly love about you? What do they secretly love? So pile number 1. I'm sensing strongly about this pile. People secretly love that they can't really put you down, if that makes sense for somebody. So I do sense that a lot of you could have dealt with some type of toxic narcissistic type of character in your life, or more than one. So they didn't have to be narcissists per se, but they could have those tendencies. For some of you, if you stood up to any type of less honorable behavior toward you, this is something that they secretly even dig about you. So this can also apply for some type of naysayers or haters. So yeah, but also how quite open and transparent you are. So you may be the type of a person who can really spill your own life story without blinking, or just talk about some deep upheaval moments in your life, is what I'm also sensing. So also with Scorpio in second house, this could have dealt with your financial stability or primary family, or just some type of events that happened in your early childhood. So because second house does represent our earliest childhood, and just everything that transpires with our primary family at that age. So I'm getting that basically a lot of things that other people would talk while shaking or crying, for you is just like everyday thing. So it's basically somehow you nullify the traumas that happened in your life. I mean, you are aware of them, you are aware of the impact and the type of a person that they made you to be. However, you have this unique capability of being detached from them. It's almost like you just brush them off your shoulder. That makes sense for somebody. So now this is interesting. I'm getting that for a lot of you, people may admire your daily routine. I'm getting that your daily routine may be different from some other people. So you may have certain cultural or spiritual practices that you do. For example, you may be the type who honors still ancestors' customs, or something along the lines. I'm getting that you may be doing something that people no longer do, or that they no longer, that they generally don't do in the area where you live, is what I'm sensing for this pile especially. So it is interesting. For those of you who have some type of capability when it comes to physical movement, especially stronger type of movements like martial arts or something like that, people see this great level of readiness when it comes to this, is what I'm also sensing. So it is interesting. I'm also getting that they secretly love how passionately and invested you sound when you speak. So I'm getting that there's something about you guys' speech people have this immediate impulse to listen to you, to submit to you. So especially for those who have strong masculine energies, and even if you are women, people secretly love that you are not typical vulnerable woman that has to depend on somebody strong to be her rock, is what I'm sensing. Yes, I did get Mars in first house, so for me this does denote somebody who has energetic reserves higher than the usual or typical person has, if that makes sense. So and I'm getting you have a very unique way of using those reserves of energy to succeed in more unique or faster or more efficient ways than others, is what I'm sensing. So this is really interesting. But also with Mars in first house, I also have strong Scorpio placements, some Capricorn and Aqua as well. So I'm getting there's some type of intense beauty to you. So some of you will resonate with more rugged type of beauty, or well, just one that seems like you would survive in a fight, as well as if you are feminines, you don't look like just some type of typical, I don't know, feminine princess that you have to watch after or something. So some great capabilities coming from your physical appearance, from your voice, from your demeanor is what I'm sensing. So I'm also having this North Node in Aries. So what people are admiring about this, for a lot of you, you may have like knowledge about consciousness, or I don't know if some of you read like Osho's book on Soul Apothecary. So he basically has very practical exercises for any type of physical or psychological problem. So you may be with North Node in Aries the similar type who somehow explored your consciousness, and basically you have a key or exercise or way of breathing to solve any type of issue that arises in your body or in your sense of peace of mind, is what I'm sensing. So it's pretty much great pile. People think that you can pretty much manipulate, control and direct your consciousness streams and your how do I say, emotional weathers, if that makes sense. It's a little bit metaphoric here, but basically you handle it very well, is what I'm sensing. So for some reason with this picture, intuitively is what I'm sensing, people may like how you are secretly when they have an argument or fight with you. So basically for a lot of you from this pile, they feel if they are the ones to pick fights with you, you will very much return the favor, if that makes sense. So I'm getting not one person cried after they had some type of fight, or after they initiated some type of conflict with you guys because it backfired, is what I'm sensing. So also with Page of Swords, what people secretly love is that you may be hiding your intellectual prowess, if that makes sense. So I'm getting that a lot of you know so many things from so different life areas, yet you, for the like 97% of those things or that knowledge, you do choose to remain silent about it, or to remain mysterious about it, if that makes sense for somebody. So if you have curly hair, they adore your hair, is what I'm also sensing. So, and they adore how much of rulership over your body, your bodily processes, and just everything you have. With Jupiter in first house, if you are slightly on the heavier side, or if you are the type of person that has nice curves, or just, well, let's say like 5 to 7 kilos more than you should, more than average, people also really dig this. They think it suits you perfectly, that there's just some type of expansion about you. It can be also in the way you wear things, or the type of clothes that you choose to or jewelry that you choose to embellish yourselves with. So just some overall sense of expansion to your physical self is something that people secretly adore. So, but I'm ending it here for the first pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this small report. If you did, give it a little like, and let's go on. Just adjust this one a little bit. So for those who chose this clairvoyance card, clairvoyant, what we are exploring today is what people secretly love about you. So something that they wouldn't necessarily say, but they do adore. What people secretly love about you. Okay, so what I'm getting for a lot of you guys, people may love how you are when you are in a relationship. I'm getting, for some reason, a lot of you may radiate differently when you have a specific or special somebody around you. So there's just something that your aura, it almost like attains some type of different radiation, and this is very much noticeable. From you guys. It's just type of behavior that you ooze is what I'm sensing. So this is something that people very much acknowledge and appreciate. And then also with Saturn in the first house, you do have this strict, cold, restrictive side of yourself. So I am getting that your attention, your advances, your just any type of gesture toward others is highly appreciated, because it isn't something that you just give away, and people are well aware of these. So you may have that image of, like, I don't know, absent-minded professor or somebody who is very scientifically, logically driven, and you may be even in your head constantly, or constantly, even when you are bugged by some type of big responsibility, excuse me. So even in those cases, people think that it looks really sexy or beautiful, or that it adds a layer of depth to you, is what I'm sensing, because Saturn can denote this huge amount of responsibility that we usually choose to take upon ourselves. So it isn't the type that somebody else bestows us with. So, but this is something beautiful that they like. Also with Saturn does represent some type of darkness. First house is house of self. So I'm getting for a lot of you that they may secretly like if you are beautifully tanned, or if you are darker in your skin color. Also if you wear dark tones, I'm getting like black shades of black, dark red, dark gray. I don't know why in these colors people just love you when you wear them, is what I'm sensing. So I'm getting it just adds an air of authority to you, is what I'm sensing. Also with Jupiter in Scorpio, if some of you had a lot of partners and it is like known thing, people just love that. That will be for one portion of you guys. So if you are not ashamed of your, I don't know, body count, or how many people you have slept with, or that you just have a lot of experience, doesn't have to be sexually, but romantically wise, people adore this about you. And for the others, I'm just getting that there's this huge level of sex appeal that people really notice. that I will say that it makes them somewhat jealous, but like they kind of imitate that. Does it make sense? So it's really interesting here. Hey, but if you like this small report, give it a small like so that more people get to see it. For example, if you are females and you are, how do I say it, kind of slightly more animalistically attractive, or you are not afraid to wear a little bit more revealing clothes. For example, other females may be jealous, but they kind of want to imitate your behavior. So there's this secret love-hate, how do I say it, appreciation of that quality of yours. I hope that this will make sense for somebody. So people secretly love with Leo 6th house, because 6th house does represent for me debates and arguments that we often have with others, some type of verbal conflicts, and Leo is the one who is kind of quite dominant in that field, but I'm getting that you do this in some type of graceful manner. So your elegant domination, because Leos are tremendously elegant, they're kings and queens of zodiac, so it is interesting. You have that elegant way of making others submit to you, if that makes sense. So this is something that they secretly really enjoy about you, is what I'm sensing. And then with Mercury in 12th house, let me know if we have some psychologists here, or just people who work in some type of institution as asylums, just somewhere isolated or behind the scenes. And if you are not, I'm getting that you may in the future have some type of behind the scenes jobs, or you already may have some type of work related interest that isn't really in the eyes of public. So kind of like photographers, how they develop their photos in that dark studio. So some of you will resonate with that as well, is what I'm sensing. This is something that people secretly appreciate. Your partner secretly may appreciate and love when you dominate them, is what I'm also sensing. I don't know, this pile has a very quite domineering vibe, but you also know when to just stop yourself in your tracks and do nothing. So this combination of domineering, impulsive nature plus ability to just stop and refuse to budge, refuse to move, is what I'm sensing. So with Leo in 2nd house, people secretly admire your finances, your savings, your pension plan. Some of you may be a pro of frugal living in order to retire early, or you may have some type of considerations, or you will be the type to always get the best things on sales and not to spend much. So people perceive abundance financially, but at the same time being very calculated and strategized about that, is what I'm also sensing. So, and then with South Node in Libra, what I'm getting for a lot of you people, love how oblivious you are to your physical beauty. So you may be the most gorgeous boy or girl at your school, at your work department, in your college, but you don't seem to notice it. I can bet that half of you guys from this pile, when you enter the bar, I don't know, 90% of people will just be looking at you, stunned by your beauty, is what I'm sensing. But you just enter, I don't know, go to the bartender, order your drink, completely unaware that all these people around are in shock by your appeal, is what I'm sensing also. So this is something that they secretly love about you and appreciate very much. Let me just see if we have anything striking here as well. You may have unusual way of ending things for some of you, so I don't know why this is coming strongly. So I'm getting for some of you, you may be like, let's say you are not completely satisfied by your work situation. You may be the type who will be like, find a better job and then send like kind of like gifts to your to be former boss soon. I express myself clumsily, but you may be the type who will say something along the lines, hey, thank you, I really enjoyed this experience with you. I am off now to try some new endeavors, but I really appreciate all that we exchanged here. You were a good leader. So I am sensing from this pile something like that. Or if you break up, you may be the type, I don't know, kind of like Capricorns when they break up, and I don't know, they may leave their some small sum of money to their to be ex-partner, just as a way of compensating for any emotional pain. So there's something about the way you guys finish your duties or commitments or something that people really appreciate. Let me know if that resonates for somebody. But I'm ending here for the second pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this small report, and see you in the next one. So for those who chose this counselor, not counselor, outdoors, excuse me. Let's see what people secretly love about you. What people secretly love about you. Pile number 3. I'm getting this pile is quite fixed in your nature. You may be even slightly nerdy, puritanic about some type of things. You may have like this no action before marriage, or not that extreme, something like that. No action before, I don't know, being 3 months in a relationship or something like that. So there's certain set of principles and belief system that you abide by, and people secretly, although they sometimes get somehow slightly damaged by it, they may appreciate it and really love it, in fact. So it is something really beautiful. Then also people with this 4 of Pentacles, they kind of love how generous you are with your money. I'm getting that you may be the type to pay your friends easily a drink, or to buy them something, or to do this for your significant other. But with Page of Wands reversed, you are not boastful about this. You are not doing this to make an image of a generous person to yourself. So I'm getting that you are doing this because this is your nature, you know. So it gives you this level of contentment to see other people nurtured for and well taken care of. This pile has a lot of provider type of vibes. If you are financially well off, you could be the target of people who are gold diggers or something like that. But this is also something that people love and appreciate, and well, not in the normal sense, but they see the qualities that attract such type of lower vibe personalities to you, because it also denotes that there is substance and stability and resourcefulness to you, not only in financial sense but also as a person, is what I'm sensing. Then Saturn in 3rd house, you may be third house of communication, of verbal skills, of writing. So you guys may be contain a lot to yourselves when you communicate, when you speak. And Saturn is also formality, so you may sound slightly formal when you speak to people, or slightly removed. because Saturn does give certain type of business way of relating with others, business way of forming sentences and things like that. So slightly restrictive and slightly formal. And people who want to get with you romantically and get just a slight pinch of pain needed to elevate their dopamine is what I'm sensing, and they like you even more due to this. So this is really interesting. Hey, but if you like this small report, give it a small like so that more people get to see. And then we also have Mercury in Capricorn, which is also a confirmation, because Mercury is also speech, Capricorn is seriousness, formality, decent behavior, institutions, statuses. So I'm getting a lot of you may have this really astute, logical mind, which really helps you elevate fast in a financial sense. So there's something very business smart about you, because Capricorn is business, Mercury is our informational intelligence, is what I'm sensing. So I'm getting, for some reason, you are multifaceted when it comes to your business ambition and when it comes to ways you can achieve the same, if that makes sense for somebody. So you may have more unusual ways of going about your career ambitions or attaining money, and this is what people also dig. So I really like this pile. You also have South Node in Cancer, so I have to say that a lot of you transcended your emotions in your past life. Basically, you could have been like a yogi who really learns how to put emotions under control or something. So in this lifetime, you also have the Devil card, which represents Capricorn as coldness and logic. So in this lifetime is where I'm getting, you're not so much focused, or you don't have too many like emotional outbursts, or everything is very solid, gray area. People do know that they will never get some type of drama or like verbal insult, or you may say something, but you may say it like with Mercury and Capricorn, Saturn in third house, like in lower cold type of voice. I'm getting your lower coldish type of voice is more scary than some people's, shouting or screaming. So you just naturally assume verbal authority is what I'm also sensing. So people like your feminine side, they like that you don't chase. They like your weird smart, as I already have said something along those lines. So you can have also some type of contradiction of masculinity and femininity. For example, your appearance may be more feminine, but your personality more masculine, or the other way around. You may be more masculine personality, and your in physicality, and your personality may be very in touch with your feminine essence. For some of you is what I'm sensing. So I'm getting with Moon in 9th house, some of you can quote like scripture, Bible, Quran, Vedas perhaps, or the important verses, or from books like Plato or Aristotle is what I'm also sensing. So there's something about you being able to easily and more quickly grasp the concepts of highly philosophical additions and scriptures as well. So let me just see. I do have this Mars in Leo, so people secretly love when you love bomb them, when you give them compliments, when I'm getting that you are not shy about saying to somebody, wow, that's quite a sexy attire for today. You may be even the type to come to your father and say something along the lines, well, we are really handsome today, or something like that, and then you give them high five, or to your best friend, or so just your way of elevating people, because Leo is compliments, Mars is where we invest our energy and physical push forward, if that makes sense. So, but people like how you always seem to win without sweating it, basically. So that's what I'm also getting. Hey, but if you like the small report, give it a small like. We are ending here. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.